Welcome you guys, it is time to do this again. It is the Roma Rebrand career mode in FIFA 21. My name is Rich, this is RR37. It is episode 8 of season number 3 today. Bit of a gap once again between recording and editing this and the other one, so today's episode is probably going to start off with a little bit of a look back, see what's been going on. Muscle memory tells me, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now actually, that if I remember rightly we started to show a bit more flexibility in the last episode regarding tactics and things like that, formations, team selections, and if I remember rightly we did get some pretty good results out of doing that. So at the moment on this screen we've got Zaniolo saying thanks for listening, we've got an injury. So yeah, we've got some stuff to take care of in this one before we move into the games. Starting with a look at the calendar, I think, and seeing how we've been getting on recently. Back in October, we got a 2-2 draw with Bologna, but then we did beat Napoli 3-0, got a respectable 2-2 draw again, this time against Bayern. Went away to Lazio, beat them 2-1, beat Sassuolo 3-0. Beat Verona 3-0, so we've had 3-0s in the month of October, and we beat Lazio on Derby Day as well. So domestically, since that Bologna draw, we've actually been doing really well. We're also unbeaten since the month of October, which is nice. So it looks like we have been in some pretty good form. The last episode I believe was November, wasn't it? It wasn't this one, so we'll have a quick look there and see how we've been getting on November as well. And it looks like the form has continued. There's a lot of green in this month. We actually beat Bayern 2-1 beginning of November. A couple of days before my birthday we got another 3-0 win. This time it was against Benevento. That looks like a 5-0 win on my screen. If that's wrong then comment it in the comments box, but on my screen it looks like a 5-0 win against Udinese. And yeah, we've just been doing really well. We've been getting some really good performances, a lot of clean sheets as well. A 2-2 draw there I noticed with Benfica, and then we got, I think it was a 2-0 against Spezia or something like that. As for this month, we're starting with a game in a few days by the looks of that, at home to Atalanta. They've been doing really well recently and have put a nice squad together, so that could be tough. We got the game against Moscow, I think that is, in the Champions League, just a couple of days, well, a few days after the Atalanta game and a couple of days before the Inter game. So depending on how the Champions League's going, that could be quite an interesting one. And then we'll be finishing off with a game against Parma, and we'll probably leave it on December the 31st as we'll start looking towards the January transfer window, which is of course exciting, and in this particular save really nerve-wracking as well because of us being the selling club that we are. Let's take a look at the league now then and see how things are getting on there. At the moment we sit level on points with Juventus. Of course they do though have a game in hand. Our goal difference, goals for, goals against, there's literally one goal in that at the moment, so things couldn't be tighter. But where we're looking realistically at the moment is down at 6th, where we are, well, 6th and 7th, where either way you look at it really, we are 12 points clear of not playing European football next season at the moment, which is quite a healthy gap to have. So I'm quite happy about how things are going there. The first game we've got today, like I mentioned, is against Atalanta, who are in 5th. They're doing okay at the moment. You're either going to catch them on a good day or a bad day looking at their form. We got Inter Milan today as well, just 2 points above them. So if we can continue the kind of form that we've been showing across October and November, then we really could stretch away from these guys who are trying to catch us up and put a big gap between us and not playing European football, which is of course the goal this season. Going down the table, this is what the rest of the league looks like. Of course you can pause it to see where your favourite teams are. But that, yeah, is the full league table at the moment. Next on the to-do list is to go over contracts and things like that of players that we are going to be keeping or wanting to keep. One such example of that at the moment is Santon. He is 31, he is in decline, but we still rely on him quite heavily at the moment in rotation moments. He's a good player to have in the squad. So it makes sense, even if it's only for 2 years, 3 years maybe, just to get him signed up again. Until we get to a point really where we can cover his position. So let's start that off now. Currently you can see he's on 30,000 a week. Hopefully we can get him down on that, you know, bring him to rotation as well, because that's kind of what he's been doing for us the last couple of seasons now. So yeah, if we could get him off important and on rotation, that would be a big bonus for us, and he's happy to do that as well, which is great to see. So next is normally the amount of years on the contract. I don't mind if even he only wants a 1 year, but of course, like I said, 2 or 3 years would be really handy for us, and he does want a 1 year extension, so we will go for the 2, just because why not really. He's happy with that as well. We don't want a release clause obviously, and his wage, I'm quite happy for him to stay where he is if we can't bring him down any, but I think we should probably try and bring him down even if it's just a little bit, you know. And we're going to give him a signing bonus just because of loyalty really. He has shown loyalty to the club since we've been here. He's not really moaned about not playing, and he doesn't play often, so as well as that he wants an appearance bonus, which well, we'll put it up to 25, and if he'll accept that, that'll be fine. He probably will get to 25 appearances this season because we're still in Europe at the moment as well. So that is Santon's contract took care of. The only other one really is Guidi, and I'm pretty sure he's leaving as part of a deal in January anyway, so that doesn't really matter all that much. Is there anything else that we need to do whilst we are on this screen? I don't think that there is. Everyone seems really happy in the main at the moment. Again, Guidi doesn't matter. There's a few players that would like to up their contracts, but at the moment I'm not going to do that because everyone, as you saw, is on a healthy contract length anyway. So we, from the ownership of the club point of view, we don't really want to be boosting wages if we indeed don't have to. It's time to take care now of what Zaniolo wants to talk to us about, and at the moment literally we're going well. Just keep your feet on the ground. It's great that you got to play, of course, so I'm glad that you're happy with that, and I think that we've took care of everything we were gonna take care of now, to be honest. And it's time to start rolling towards this game, which is exactly what we've done, and we're going to start the game weekend off by taking the press conference. We should be going into this one really with confidence. You saw how well that we're playing, so yeah, at the minute the press want to know we've been on a great run. Can we qualify for the Champions League? We are honestly in a good position to do that at the moment, of course, but if we don't get Champions League and we only get Europa League with January coming up as well, then that's good enough for me at the moment, again, with where we are. So this is a real 6-pointer. Who will win the game? Well, hopefully we will. I mean, can the manager say anything else at this point? Well, he has said it's not time for predictions, which I suppose is a very true and pragmatic answer. And everyone at Roma last time out enjoyed a comfortable 2-0 win. That would be the game against Spezia. Will the opposition be worrying about that? I would be extremely surprised if Atalanta are even a little bit worried that we managed to beat Spezia. All due respect to them, but it seems in this save of ours that everyone does expect to beat Spezia, so yeah, I would be very surprised if that affected the preparation of Atalanta in the slightest. But I think now everything is done, dusted, took care of. it's time to go and jump into the game. We just had one quick check there, and of course we do have the game in the Champions League just a few days after this. So will that play into the manager selection? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to keep, I think, Zaniolo in. We've got Cristante up front at the moment because of injury problems, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So Salvatore's going to come in, of course, for this one. We're going to keep Perez in. Villar is captain, of course, he'll be staying in. He needs match sharpness as well. Pellegrini and Diawara, I think they're probably going to stay in. Spinazzola, Milenkovic, Quarta, Karsdorp and Barbieri are going to stay as the back five. So there's not many changes really. It's a strong side. Hopefully Salvatore, who's now 65 rated as well, will be able to do a job for us. He has been doing so as he's been stepping in lately. As for them, of course, they've got, like I said, a nice squad here that they've put together. With Dolberg up front, they've got Alcacer, Miranchuk, Guedes, they've got Boy and Gabriel in defence as well, Aitor in goal. I can't quite make out the other names on the screen I'm doing it on, but it is a really nice squad. It's a strong squad. It's going to be a difficult game, but we're at home, so I'm expecting us to do quite well here. Hopefully pick up another 3 points, but the time has come. Let's jump in and see exactly how we do get on. And here we go, the doors open to the Stadio della Roma. It is under the lights tonight. It doesn't look the greatest of nights weather-wise. Hopefully that's not going to affect our performance and we can get the job done that we need to get the job done here against these guys. It's going to be, like I said, really tough game. We have to show them the right respect. They have got a really nice squad. A squad that could do us some damage as well. So as much as I want to be aggressive and get on the front foot, that was pretty much the mantra in the last episode and it worked really well for us. We have to keep in mind that these guys can do us damage as well. So let's see how we approach it. Let's see what they've been working on the training ground, what the managers asked of them before this game, and see if we can get off to a good start. Here's Salvatore now. Clever little ball inside there. I think that even caught Pellegrini by surprise. And surprisingly enough, we've gave the ball away very early on here. But Diawara's done really well there. Pellegrini with a nice pass on the volley. Salvatore's made a decent run here. He's took Boy just standing there. That's very strange from him. He almost took Salvatore by surprise, I think, there. And Atalanta somehow have worked that out. It looked risky and dangerous what they were doing there, but they got away with it. And then it looked like a hack clearance that turned into a really good pass. So yeah, Atalanta at the moment just hanging on in there. Their unwillingness to engage, like I said, almost caught Salvatore unawares, I think, with Boy looking to get in with Pellegrini at the moment, but nothing doing. It's back again. We're keeping nice control of the ball here though at the moment. We're just patiently looking for that way in. Can Perez provide that now? He can't. Big heavy tackle there from Gabriel on the front foot for Atalanta. It's good defending from him. Here's Guedes now into Pessina, I think that was. There's Alcacer. Big fan of his, by the way. I do really like him. I wouldn't mind him in our squad, but I don't know where he'd get in at the moment, to be honest, with the setup that we've got. That's a decent run there, and unfortunately Villar couldn't get the ball. Nice little spin as well to beat him again. Comes all the way back out to Pessina. He's Alcacer now. Oh no, Miranchuk, sorry. Villar this time does get the ball. Nice quick one down the line as well. Can we pop that off? Oh, we can. We could be in here with Diawara. Boy, he's having a really slow start to this game. He's got his team in a bit of trouble here, and Diawara's gone all the way. And just under 20 minutes into this game, we find ourselves 1-0 up, and it's come off a counter-attack, surprisingly. Diawara just ran and ran and ran. He was never really engaged by any of the defenders, and bang, there you go, cross the keeper. And we find ourselves 1-0 up. He has caught that beautifully, and the pace has just beat the keeper. He's leathered that into the corner. You can see what the manager thinks. I feel it myself as well. It's not relief, that is pure joy. We've made a brilliant start to this game. It's Diawara's third goal of the season. We find ourselves now in a very commanding position in what is still, I think, going to turn out to be quite a difficult game. Oh, we've won that back. Well, we won the tackle, I should say, beautifully there. We don't get the ball for it, but Perez didn't give up on it. We could be away again here. Zaniolo's gone, but it was a little bit too early and he put himself offside, but Pellegrini's done alright here. Couldn't get the pass off though, and Atalanta managed to bring this one away. We have quite comfortably kept control of this game though, since taking the lead and before it really. Here is Zaniolo now. Can we give ourselves a bit of a buffer before the break? He's ran into numbers there, has Zani, and he's left us a little exposed here actually. That's a decent ball as well. Diawara's going to have to come to Paco here, who's held it up and allowed us to get a couple of players back, but they've still slipped that one in for Dolberg. And that is, I think, their first attack of the game. But a player like Dolberg only needs one look. That's all he's had in this game. He's not even had scraps. And we find ourselves 1-1 before the break. Instead of extending the lead, we've gave the lead away. That all happened so quickly. Barbieri got out, got down as quick as he could, but yeah, it's gone underneath him. He just couldn't get down quick enough. That's really not his fault, and that's a real blow actually, right before half time, to give the lead away like that. And like I said, Dolberg is quite lethal. He's only got 6 goals at the moment this season, which is quite surprising. I thought he might have had more than that. But yeah, he only needed the one chance in this one, so we've got 3 minutes now till the half. We might as well just let it run, see if we can get back in front. Here's Perez now trying to get us on our way to do that. Pellegrini, Salvatore stretching the defenders backwards there. Pellegrini might fancy this one all on his own. Are you kidding me? We've got a penalty right before the break. We need to see this again. I'm not too sure about this one, to be honest. Pellegrini has wrong-footed him. I suppose he has left his leg out there, but that one's a bit harsh. But hey, we'll take it. And speaking of taking it, it looks like it's going to be Perez that is going to do that, unless we change it here. We have done. Zaniolo's going to take it. A lot of power on this one for Zani, and the keeper saves it. Oh, what a chance that was. The game could swing on that. Wow, what a dramatic end to the half though, and it's been a decent game actually. One we've been in total control of. From our point of view, it's annoying not to be ahead, especially with that penalty now as well. But all in all, we've played really well again. And so can we carry that into the second half? The same level of performance again as in the first, and to be honest, I think we'll win this game. It's not been a game that's been littered with shots on goal and chances and open or anything like that. It's been quite tactical, this one. Quite a tight affair. But I think we've just shaded it. We've created the better of the chances in the first half. We had that penalty right at the end as well, but no. I honestly thought that was going in. Thankfully, we get away with that one. That is not the start to the half that we wanted. And if the players were a little bit half asleep, they've just had a massive wake-up call there. Can we get that down the line, Spinazzola? We can, into Zaniolo, one of our most dangerous players so far this season. We tried to rush that a bit. Atalanta have come out a little bit more aggressive, playing at slightly higher tempo at the moment, beginning of this half, and it seems like it's caught our players a bit unaware. That looks very offside to me, but apparently it's not. Oh no. And there you go. We have to be fuming about that. That was far too easy. He's just missed the volley. Lammers, he was really unlucky with that, but he hasn't missed this one. It was so easy how he got in. They weren't challenged at any point in this whole move, really. Just look at that. How on earth can he have that much room right outside the 6-yard box? Again, poor Barbieri is completely exposed there. He's got no chance. And we definitely have not started the half the way that we were controlling the first half, and we find ourselves with a big job to do now. Because these can sit back and keep it tight, as I was just saying that the game was. And if they can do that, then it's going to be them coming away with the win in this one. Salvatore trying to change that, but really he's ran into numbers there. Ball was never really going to get through to him, but look at how quick they're moving the ball now. The managers obviously really got into them at half time, and Az has probably just said more of the same, and we've been caught right off guard here at the moment. Karstup's trying to change that now. He's got it up to Perez quite well. We've got Villar just running past his man there. Perez has continued his run. It weren't the greatest of passes there from Villar. He really needs that match sharpness back. Here is Pellegrini, won us the penalty in the first half, and we've just given it completely away. I can't believe there weren't a shot at goal at the end of that, and we are struggling right now. Got a big 10 minutes of this game left. I'm just going to let it run now and see what happens with you guys. I'm a little bit nervous at the moment because we do not look like rescuing this game, not one bit. The bit that I cut out, there's been no chances for either side. Ball's been stuck in the midfield, but we've got to try and change that now. I saw a run out there on the left. Pellegrini can't get it through because they're all offside, and he just ends up losing it. Oh man, this second half we've been so flat. We were in complete control in the first half. That goal at half time before half time that Dolberg scored, and then the missed penalty has completely swung the momentum in this game. And Atalanta are just doing exactly what they need to do at the moment. Up until that point, Salvatore got on his bike early there, but he doesn't have the pace to break in behind. Here is Pellegrini now. Maybe he can. Is that onside? It is. Come on, Pele. He's done it. Pellegrini has possibly just rescued us a point in this game. There was a small hint of offside there, but it's not been given, so we're going to take it. And we have just rescued a very, very unlikely point, it would seem. But the swings and roundabouts, the twists in this game, I wouldn't say it's over yet. It's a great little 1-2. Powers beat the keeper again. He weren't too sure which side Pellegrini was going to go. I actually thought there might have been a finesse finish there, but no. Wow, can we nick this game? I don't think there's time for either side, to be honest, unless we can win that now, which we did with Diawara, but not in a controlled fashion. Come on, win this back, Villar. Oh, he has as well. He has as well. We have to go quick now. Give it to Zaniolo. Oh, no. It's going to be a point then, guys, to begin the episode. It's going to be a good point at the end of the day. They are a really good side, Atalanta. It was a game of two halves. It was that cliche. We dominated the first. Couldn't put the game to bed. They dominated the second. Couldn't put the game to bed. So I suppose all in all, a draw is a fair result in this one. Dolberg rescues the point for them, well, the 1-1 for them at the end of the first half. Pellegrini does it for us right at the end of the second. So yeah, I think all in all, it's a fair result. And we kick off the episode with a point. So we can't be too disheartened with that, really. Not the manner of it. I mean, we've rescued it right at the end of the game, so in a way it's kind of a positive thing, I suppose. We have to now put it behind us and turn our attention to the Champions League. We've got a position change available here for Zaniolo. Because of what he's been doing this season, I want to put him back to a centre midfielder rather than a winger. With us having Shirky now, Gilani, we got Damsgaard coming in. I think with Veretout leaving as well, it just makes sense that Zaniolo and Pellegrini can sort of share the load in the middle. And what are we going to put on for a programme now? But that was the thinking with that. That's why I want to play him centrally more often. He's banging in goals and getting assists from there as well. So it just makes sense to do that, really. He's still got winger as positions as well, if needs be, as well as Cam. So He's so well versed now, and he's played himself into a position where he's very, very important to this squad now. Whereas before, the few seasons we've had here before, we were wondering whether we were even going to keep him. And to be honest, come the next episode and maybe the one after, the form that he's in, it's a question whether we are actually going to hold on to him now that we want to. You've got to imagine that there's going to be offers coming for him, probably big ones as well. But for now, we have to turn our attention to this game, the Spartak Moscow one. We, yes, I remember now, are in a position where we just need to do our job here. We have to get the win. A point wouldn't be good enough because of goal difference. So we go into this game just knowing that we've got to win. It sounds easy, right? But of course, it's a Champions League game. It's away from home. How did we get on against them last time? Can we see that in there? It was a 1-1 draw between them and Bayern. For us, I don't think our last result against them is on there. But they haven't won, so I'm assuming that we probably drawed with them as well. Whereas, like we've just said, that is not going to be enough today. So, that in mind, I wouldn't like to call whether Benfica would beat Bayern or Bayern would go and beat Benfica. I would say that probably Bayern will get the win. So, we have to go out there and do that ourselves. And let's see if we can do that now then. It is a massive, massive, massive game this. It is basically, we have to treat this almost like we've reached the knockouts and it's win or bust. Because if we get anything less than a win here and Bayern go ahead and pick up a win in their game, we're out. It's as simple as that. So it's on us. It's in our own hands. We control our fate and our destiny. Win and we're through. A point, we're relying on Benfica. A loss and we're out probably, or we'll still be relying on Benfica. We don't want to be doing that though. We want to get the job done ourselves. And well, that was a heavy tackle there from Barrenechea. We get a decision there, and this looks like a very aggressive start to the game. I did say that was a heavy challenge from Barrenechea. I thought there might have been a penalty in there for them, but no. And then there's a crunching tackle on one of our guys as well, but I hope that he's got her. There you go. He gets the ball cleanly, to be fair. It is just a really heavy challenge. And I have put boots on them, by the way, new boots as well. You've probably just seen there. So Moscow already forced into a substitution. We're going to get the ball back. And wow, what an aggressive start to the game this is. As for the lineup, you'll have noticed that there has been rotations. You saw Barrenechea heavily involved in the game already. But he's going to be at the back. He's got Santon to his right. He's got Milenkovic to his left. Spinazzola is playing today again as normal. We've got Coppola, you can see on the ball there, just shielding those guys. In midfield with Coppola, we've got Kristant on the right, Pellegrini on the left. Front three are Casardi, Salvatore and Gilani. So that is how we have gone for today. Hopefully we can get the win. We've paid more attention to the fact that we have got Inter Milan just a few days after this, which we always do. We do rotate in these group games, as you well know by now, and we've stuck with the team that's gone all the way through this group phase really. And hopefully they're going to get us into the knockouts. But we haven't made the greatest of starts, it has to be said. And we're in a bit of trouble again here now. Spinazzola thankfully at the back post. But we still can't recycle the second ball. And we've been pretty much under the pump from the beginning here. Spinazzola's done well there, but then loses out himself. He's got straight back up and trying to get on it again, which he actually has done. Fair play to him there. And can he just pop that one out to Pellegrini now? He can indeed. And there are a few men over here for us now. Casardi is who I'm seeing. Salvatore's got back on side. We've got Gilani out here. First time ball in, but goes straight to the keeper. And that's been our best moment, really, of the first 20 minutes. And really, the highlight of this game so far is you see another injury there for them. has been the aggression in this game. Both teams have really gone at each other really hard. You see Salvatore carrying an injury as well, so it's not been all one way. This is not looking great for us though. That needs to be offside. Barbieri does well enough anyway. But that's, yeah, there's been more aggression and heavy challenges in this game than there have been good football and chances, really. You got one player gone off injured for them early on. There's another one of theirs carrying an injury. Salvatore's carrying an injury as well. So I'm quite glad this is the reason why we do rotate. But that's a beautiful ball from the mentioned Salvatore. And Chris Stant bangs one in for us right before half time against the run of play. But we'll take it. We will definitely take it. It's a beautiful little ball from Salvatore. And Chris Stant is all on his own. He's got time to set himself, which he does. To pick his spot, which he does. He's whacked it past the keeper. And there's nothing he can do about that. And we are going to take, I would imagine, a lead into the break is what I'm trying to say there. Chris Stant with his first of the competition. He's more than happy with that. Manager's more than happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. I hope you're more than happy with that too. As things stand, we're doing enough to get ourselves into the knockout phase of the Champions League, which, let's face it, the way the group phase started, it looked unlikely, but we're not even at the break yet with this lead because that guy there has just skipped through 2 or 3 challenges. Santon does well enough there and whacked this one clear, and that should be half time, and it is indeed. So going into the second half, we're going to have to play a lot better because one thing that I did catch at half time is that Bayern are indeed winning their game against Benfica, so it really is a must win for us now as things stand in that game, with a view to playing better and getting some players rested. We have brought Quarta on in defence and moved Baranachaya out to left back. We've brought Zaniolo on, and we've brought Guidi on here, who is just breaking through now, and he's going to wrap this one up maybe for us already. It is 2-0 now, and I don't see the way that the game's gone, to be honest. Moscow getting 2 goals against us now. Guidi, like I said, came on at half time just because he's definitely not going to feature against Inter. That's the reason why we took Spinazzola off as well, because what I ask our full-backs to do requires an awful lot of energy. And yeah, Chris Stant has come off for Zaniolo just to keep his legs fresh as well. But hopefully, as long as Wim's sensible now, that is job done in the Champions League, and we are going to find ourselves into the knockouts. But there's still a long way to go in this one yet. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves. Coppola trying to win this ball back here. The player switched on without. There you see it as well. Benfica did get one back, but Bayern have took the lead again in that game, so they're really forcing our hand here. We're handling it quite well at the moment though. Here is, I can't actually see his name, and they get the throw in. But yeah, we're looking pretty comfortable at the moment, and they've continued to do so the whole way through. Spartak are seeing a lot of the ball, but they're not creating chances with it at the moment. It's a lot of backwards and sideways passing like you're seeing now. And then pretty much just that's just happened is what's been happening. We've been getting the ball back on the edge of our own box, and we have had opportunities to counter like you're seeing now, but for the most part we've just gone into game management mode ourselves. That's really unlucky for Casardi there, as Bayern move 3-1 ahead against Benfica now. So we were right to think that they were going to win that game. They have done just that, so it is really a good job that we've come out here and done our own, and hopefully we've put ourselves through. And ironically, we beat Bayern in the knockouts in last season's Champions League, I think, or in the Europa League the season before. I know we've knocked them out of Europe, and by winning today and beating them ourselves, we might just be about to knock Bayern out again. They must be sick of the sight of us, or sick of hearing the name Roma But can we finish with a plum here? We've got a corner. Can we just get one more and just put the icing on the cake here, maybe? We don't really need to, but it would be nice, of course. It's decent ball in. Unfortunately, it comes to nothing, but that's going to do it. We have put ourselves into the Champions League knockout phase. I can't quite believe it. Again, with a rotated squad all the way through the group phase. A lot of our young players have got a hell of a lot of game time in, and in big match situations as well. Guidi is going to be leaving us on a really high note for himself with a Champions League goal. Yeah, it's all come up Roma in the Champions League. In the end, we are through at the expense of either Bayern or Benfica. We didn't check to see whether Bayern winning will keep them in and knock Benfica out. I don't think it will though. But in any event, we've done our job, and that's all that we needed to do. So leaving the Champions League behind for just a bit now until the knockouts are drawn. We look again domestically, and we at the moment with that draw back 5 points behind Juve. We've got Inter up next. If we can get a result against them today, like a good result, a win, that would put us about 8 points clear of them, something like that. Which would be absolutely massive. We couldn't really extend the gap at all, as we know, against Atalanta, which is a bit of a shame. But again, even with getting that point and not losing, it means that you look at Sassuolo there in 7th place. We are still 11 points clear of not playing European football next season. So we're looking quite healthy there, but make no mistake about it, this is going to be a hard game. It's a big game as well. We could put so much distance between us and Inter right now. It would be massive for us to be able to go ahead and do that. What are we doing here at the moment though? I don't think we know ourselves. There we go. We are now going to take the press conference. I have no idea what all that was about. But we found our way to the press box, and here we go. We've been on a great run and have a real chance of qualifying for Champions League. Is the squad deep enough to do that? Well, at the moment, I would say yes. It probably is, you know. But having said that, in just a few games' time, we're going to be looking towards the January transfer window, where things could change dramatically for us once again. Will the opposition be worrying about us today? The fact that it's Conte and Inter Milan, I would say no. We will prepare properly. They're going to do the same, of course they are. So this is going to be a really tough game, this one. It is actually what they say there. It's a 6-pointer. It's going to be massive for Inter if they can get a result against us. It's going to be just as big for us if we can get one against them. So yeah, it is really a 6-pointer. They're right back in it with us if they beat us today, so we cannot afford to let that happen. We're obviously not bothered about looking above us at the moment. I know that sounds really bad, but the brief at the beginning of the season, if you remember when we first kicked off Serie A, even though we kicked it off in a bad way, the aim was always to try and sort European football out for next season a lot earlier than what we did last season, where it cost us probably going further in the Champions League, I would say. We don't want to have to repeat that this season, so yeah, if we can wrap that up earlier, that would be great for us, and a win at the San Siro today would go a long way in us being able to do that. You look at their team, really strong as usual. We're going to put our team together for this game now. We've got Pellegrini, who's a little bit tired, so with the injuries that we've got now though, I didn't even realise that Salvatore's carried his injury over. I mean, do we go Galani, Casardi out where Zaniolo is and move Zani central? Do we leave it as it is maybe? I didn't realise that we had so many injuries all in the same positions really. So we're going with Perez, we're going with Casardi. Who are we going to put up front? Do we put Perez back in the centre and play Gilani as well in this one? Or maybe play Gilani in the centre? That's something we haven't tried before. I think he could possibly be alright there. Why not give that a go? It's a big game, it's a big ask of him, but it keeps that explosive pace of Perez out on the wing, and I think we're going to need that today. So we can move Zaniolo forwards. I mean, the team pretty much is going to pick itself at this point because of all the injuries that we've got. This really helps Inter, actually. It is not a good time to be playing them at all. I would actually now settle for a point here already. Again, you look at their team. Martinez pretty much always scores past us. They got Weghorst up front. Rafa, as usual, on the left. They got Lazaro out on the right. That midfield trio of Nainggolan, Barella, Fred. I think they've got Ndombele on the bench as well. They've got Ranocchia, De Gea and Alaba as their back three, and Handanovic in goal. It is a really, really strong squad, and in real life at the moment, as this has been recorded, it is now confirmed that Inter have won Serie A in real life, so congratulations to them for that, knocking Juve off their perch. What an effort that's been. But yeah, in terms of this game, we need some kind of result today, and I'm starting to feel like a draw here would be a good one, so let's go ahead and see if we can get it. So into the beautiful San Siro we go for another big game in this episode. They just keep on coming at the moment, and 3 injuries up front for us to contend with now means that we've been forced into rotations all across the front line pretty much. It's a big ask for Gilani, who's a winger today, to go up front and try and get us some goals. But I do want to try him there, and if it works out, we can add that to a position change for him and give him a bit more versatility. He's got bags of potential, Gilani, so the more strings he can add to his bow, the better. No, here we go. Martinez already. Big interception from Milenkovic there, but it's made no difference, and inside of 10 minutes, we're 1-0 down. That is not what we needed at all. Martinez not getting the goal this time, but he's played a part in that for them, and we're in big trouble now already. San Siro's absolutely rocking. What a beautiful ground this is. He just sidesteps the defender like he's not even there, and again Paul Barbieri has got absolutely no chance of stopping that. Conte, you could see, was jumping about there, really happy, and we have got a mammoth task on our hands now. Half an hour into this game, and I've got to say we have been absolutely schooled by Inter at the moment. Look at the feet from Nainggolan there. We're just struggling really bad in this one. We don't look a little bit like getting back into it. If anything, Inter looked the more likely to score again. And if Barbieri wasn't as alert as he was there, they might have got a cheap corner out of that. But they're pressing us really hard, and we don't really have the kind of players up front. It feels like last season a little bit that can cope with the press. Gilani here has got absolutely no support whatsoever and just ends up running straight into Alaba. And that has been how frustrating it's been in this half at the moment. Fred coming forward with confidence now. He's going to get a free kick there as well. Inter are just dominating this game at the minute. They really are. In comes the free kick. They'll win the header as well, I think. But thankfully that comes to nothing. But Weghorst again there. Here is Quarter now out to Karsdorp. And we've gone right up the line here. Casardi back into Villar. Diawara now into Gilani. He needs support a lot quicker than that though. We've got a little bit of luck here. We've got to take advantage of this. Gilani. Alaba is quick enough to recover, and what a block that was. Oh, this is where we need Larson, and we need Shirky. We need all of them. That is such a poor ball as well. We're lucky to get away with that one. Here is Karsdorp now. but the space has gone. There's just nothing for us at all at the minute. 1 minute to go until half time, and it's been so frustrating. 9 goal, and again he's having such a good game in the middle, and that thankfully is half time, because it looked like they were about to get down the side of us again there, Inter, but they're really on top in this one, and at the moment I'm a little bit out of ideas on how we get back into this one. It's 1-0 at half time. Well, we're at the 70-minute mark, guys, because Inter really, and you can see it from exactly what's just happened there, they've almost took their foot off the gas at the moment, and they're just frustrating us more than anything. You can see how compact they are, how little amount of room there is between the lines. There is just no way through at the moment. Oh, there might be here though. Gilani to Zaniolo, can't quite muscle his way past there, and Inter are going to bring this one away again, but Inter are just keeping possession when they get the ball now, as you can see here, playing it around the back, in no real hurry to go forward. We can't break them down, and that has been the story of the second half pretty much. Here they are now, they're venturing forward for the first time in a while with Fred there, and I think that's going to be offside. It is going to be offside. We've got 13 minutes left to try and pull off another rescue domestically in this episode. It's not been great in Serie A for us, this one. Here we go now though, we've got players finally making moves forward. Here's Zaniolo into Pellegrini, can he get that back? He chooses to go Gilani instead, and again it comes to nothing, and Inter are going to play this one out calmly as well. We missed the tackle this time, which is bad news. We know what happens when that happens. Here comes Fred up the line. They haven't really got many in the box, so I'm not anticipating a cross, and there is not one. They've played it nicely around here though. We missed the tackle again there, and it comes to nothing for Inter as well. And now can we do something maybe? We got Gilani who's on his bike. This goes out to Zaniolo. Can he beat his man? Come on, Zani, come on. Oh, this is a good chance. This is a really good chance, but it's hit straight at the defender. That is as open as Inter have been all game long, and we could not take advantage. We got to try and go again here now. Here is Gilani. He's Villar. He pops up so many times when we need him in them positions, and that's being saved by Handanovic, and that could be our last chance. Unless we can win this ball back really quickly now. Come on boys, one more chance, one more. Well done Quarter, it has to go forward, it has to go forward quickly now. Here is Gilani. Don't lose it, if you lose it it's game. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, that was such a tough game. A really tough game. We just didn't have the firepower, guys, really. Conte walks away with the spoils this time. Zaniolo there knows how big this result is, clearly. He's devastated. He didn't really get any service today. I'm talking like he's a striker, but we really just struggled to create anything against them at all. It just shows what a good side they are. Look at the beauty of the San Siro. But yeah, that's pulled them right up with us now in the league, and there's potentially other teams who've gained 3 points on us as well now, so we'll probably take a look at that in a second. But real shame that we just didn't have the firepower to compete with them, guys. That's what happened in that one. And what you're watching now is the highlights of the last game that we're going to see today, and that is against Parma. So we're 1-0 up, as you've seen already, and we are taking no prisoners in this one. There is 2 just before the half-hour mark. The little back heel to open up the defence. Absolutely beautiful. We needed a good, aggressive performance today in front of the goal as well to re-pick the confidence back up, because it's been a draw and a loss in Serie A so far in this episode. And Pellegrini, that is absolutely awful. He's completely shanked that one. You would expect better from him, and the manager there shares that sentiment clearly. So into the second half, and what a ball that was to Gilani, who is of course back in today with the injury troubles we have got, making it 3-0 for us now. and that should surely wrap up the points. Another goal just after half time. Just before the hour now, we come forward again, men over everywhere, and it's Gilani again. You think he's going to go with a left there, right? But he doesn't. He shifts it onto his right foot beautifully. He's wrong-footed the keeper. That's his second, our fourth, and we're absolutely just demoralising Parma at the moment. Another ball through round the corner. Here is Perez. Look at that for a cheeky finish there. Confidence flowing through the boys at the moment. 7 minutes before the end of the game. That makes it us 5, Parma 0, and that is much, much more like it. And that now has us moving towards December the 31st, meaning that the next episode, of course, is going to be January. The transfer windows open back up. Got a couple of scout reports here to quickly go through. So we're in England first. Not really showing us much at the moment. There is maybe Ibrahim Matthews, but his value's a bit on the trash side. So nothing from England. What about from Italy? Do we have anything here? Not looking at him. No, we're not getting another Guidi this time. No for Polly as well. And we do need a keeper, but we need a better one than that. So absolutely nothing this month comes through the academy. I did mention that we would look at the league after the Inter game, which we didn't do. We went straight into the highlights of the Parma game. But at the moment, this is how things look. It looks as though, even though they've beaten us, no, they haven't. They've got a game in hand, sorry. So, yeah, Lazio right with us now after dropping the points we've dropped in this episode. They have a game in hand, so they can go within a point of us. Inter can go within 2 points of us by winning their game in hand as well. We're still 5 points behind Juve, but they also have a game in hand. We look down at 6th and 7th where it really matters, and the gap comes down to 10 points, but Milan now have a game in hand, so that can come down to 7, and all of a sudden we now have to start looking over our shoulder once more. We need in January a big month to try and stretch ourselves away from the chasing pack again. It was a massive opportunity to do that today. Unfortunately, we've not been in the right kind of form to get the job done. So yeah, we have to go again in January. That is the beauty of this save though. Things are seemingly always up and down at the moment. This is a massive bit of news for us though. Larson coming back from injury. He's going to almost be like a new signing. I'm hoping he comes back and he's ready to play with the time that we've got off at the moment. That would be such a massive bonus for us. We really could have done with him for Inter. We really did lack firepower in that game. Against Parma we got away with it because obviously they're not going to be on the level of an Inter Milan. But yeah, we really could have done with his finishing, his mobility and all of that good stuff for the Inter game. But it wasn't to be. It's the price that we're paying at the moment for in terms of squad size being such a small squad as well. The Genoa game is coming up really soon, which will mark the beginning of January as we go into a new calendar year. Going into 2023. Wow. And there it is. The transfer window is now officially open. Pellegrini, by the looks of it, is topped out his development for this season. He has indeed, as he's gone up to an 85. What a player he is for us. He's only 26 as well, so there's still scope for him to get better. We've got the monthly report in the youth academy. Bianchi, again, I'm really beginning to fear for him, to be honest. I just don't think in terms of overall he's going to cut it. You need to be at least at the level that Marchetti is here. What are we going to put him on? We're going to turn him into playmaking forward. I think maybe we'll keep Bianchi for a bit, but he's overall is slipping as well, so it's not looking great for him. Guidi has gone, which means we've got Damsgaard in the team now as well. Again, he'd have been really useful to have against Inter, but it weren't meant to be. We just caught them at the wrong time, really. There is Damsgaard. He is not going to be number 13. What number do we give him, though, actually? Number 30, I think, for now. 22. Has that something special? 79 rated. He's going to do bits for us, I feel. No, really do. I've got high hopes for him. But I think now we've reached the window, guys. That is how we are going to end this episode off. It's been really up and down in terms of form on the pitch. I hope you've enjoyed the toils and the struggles, and that you'll stick around and see what's going to happen to us in either a positive or a negative way in the January transfer window. Will we bring anyone in? Will we be able to hold on to what we've got? Only time will tell. So hopefully, like I said, you'll join me for that. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks once again for watching, and bye bye.